Hey, and welcome to Tech Chat with Samantha. This is the podcast for small business owners who want to level up their business. I'll be sharing with you best practices, tips, and how-tos on how to best implement automation and technology into your business. So come along for the ride and listen in. Hey everyone, welcome to another Tech Chat. I'm Samantha 𝗵𝗺 with Samantha 𝗵𝗺 Enterprises, and I help small business owners strategize, implement, and maintain automated marketing and sales systems. So today I want to talk about why it's important for you to regularly check on your automations. You can't just set it up and forget it. You want to be checking in on them, if not weekly, at least bi-weekly or monthly, because things can change, things can break down, things can go awry. And if you're not checking in, that could be costing you money. So just this week, I was helping a client. I was working on one project, automation project, and as I was going through, I noticed that when I pulled up some information in their email marketing platform, which is ActiveCampaign, when I pulled it up, I noticed that a large amount of people were not on any of her list. So I was like, So I went and checked the automation that we had set up. We set this automation up. We first set it up at the end of last year, and then we tweaked it in between time at the beginning of this year. So it's not like we weren't checking this automation. We were actually checking the automation quite regularly, but just so happens that this when we checked it, of course, everything, we thought everybody was going through it fine because that's what it showed. But because these people were not on any list, another integration with this particular automation was not firing like it should. Like there was a major piece that was missing, and that was to actually put the people on the list. So what was happening was the people were getting tagged fine, and it looks like they were going through the automation, but they actually weren't getting any of the follow-up emails, and that was because they weren't on any list. So again, had we been really diligently checking in on her on this particular automation, like if this was an automation that had been running all the time, of course we would have caught this sooner, but we hadn't even used this automation. I just happened to be checking on something else and I ran into this automation. I was like, oh, let me see what went on, because I knew we were running this automation earlier this year. So long story short, I was able to go in, make the adjustments needed, because she's getting ready to gear back up and actually use this automation. And we want to make sure that people are actually getting these emails. Now, it could have been devastating because, again, she was running ads the first time to get people to get, into this funnel, as it was. So it could have cost like a ton of money. And, it's like, oh man, all these people didn't even get the follow-up. So had they not gotten the follow-up, then they wouldn't have proceeded on. So luckily this wasn't, it's eventually driving to a paid product, but luckily what we're using it for, the people were able to see what they were going to see anyway. The follow-up was just to encourage them to take action if they didn't take action after seeing what they were supposed to see the first time. So we got all that figured out, done. I was able to put in the needed steps to get them where they needed to be. But this was just a great lesson in why you can't just set up automations and forget it. Because when you set it and forget it, things like that can happen. It's even people like me who do this for a living and map things out beforehand. You can miss a step. There can be something that you didn't account for happening that can happen. And that's why you should always be checking in on those automations to make sure that they are running the way they're supposed to be running. Another thing about checking in on automations, this is again why I'm a big proponent of mapping out automations before you get started to work out some of these kinks, you know, beforehand, because you really want to think about how people are going to be moving through the automation. You have to take into consideration the different pieces and software and technology you're going to be using and what they need. And, you know, are they talking with what you're integrating in with? All those things you need to be mindful of when you're setting up automations to begin with. But you also need to be mindful of them still when you're checking in on them. Are people still going through this funnel like they should? Are people getting the messaging they're supposed to? If it is something like an email marketing funnel or something like that. Are people driving to my webinar or booking a sales call? Is all that happening? These are the things you need to check when you set up your automation. You need to make sure you're checking this so that anything pops up, you're able to get it rectified quickly and not lose money or lose time or even lose a potential client because something in your automation broke down. So I'm gonna give you a couple of quick things you can do. And I don't know if you use some type of project management system. You really don't even need software, but you need to set yourself up a reminder to check in on your automations at least at the end of the week. Now, in my own project management system, I have a reminder to go through all of my automations and systems at the end of the month, just to make sure things are going how they should. But that's for my business. So your frequency may be different depending on what you do, what your business is, how it's structured. But at bare minimum, it should be monthly. But ideally, it should be weekly, especially if it's an automation that your business heavily relies on. Definitely be checking in on that weekly. And it shouldn't take a ton of time to do this. Set aside 30 minutes to go into your email management system, to go into your landing page system, to go into your website, just to check and see, hey, what's going on? Are people going where they're supposed to? Are people getting tagged? Are people getting funneled where they should be? Check in on all those automated systems so you won't have any type of breakdowns. So that was my little thing for this week. I really wanted to stress that because I know a lot of people set up automations for their business, or you might have had someone in the past set up an automation, and then you yourself have not gone back to check on it, or you haven't assigned anybody on your team to go back in and check on it. So I want to stress to you that you really need to go back in, check on these regularly, at least weekly. At bare minimum, it should be monthly, but weekly is more ideal. Check in on those automations, see if they're still working, see if you need to make any tweaks. Don't wait until a client or potential customer reaches out and says, hey, I didn't get what I was supposed to get. This is especially true for your freebies. If you have a freebie to get people onto your email list, definitely be checking on those automations weekly to make sure that people are flowing in like they should and that they're getting what it says they're getting. What I love about Active Campaign is I can actually go into contact records and see if someone, has what their journey is. Like, did they get this email? Did they receive this? And it lets me know. So that's what I love about Active Campaign. And I'm going to hold on for a minute. If you want to check out Active Campaign, I highly recommend that you do. Okay, that's where you can check it out at organizingguru.com/active campaign. Definitely check that out if you don't have an email marketing system. This is really a marketing automation system. It has built-in CRM capabilities, site messaging, all of that. So definitely check it out. Get your free 2-week trial. But yeah, I like that I can go in and see my automations and see where people have gone through, if they've gone through, or if there was a problem. Like my client, I was able to go on a contact record and see, oh, this person dropped out here because of one little thing that we had put into the automation. And I'm like, oh, we didn't want to do that. We want to make sure they keep going. So being able to see that visually and make changes on the fly is great. So yeah, that's all I have this week for Tech Chat. Check on those automations. Don't just set it and forget it. If you would like to have a chat with me about getting automation going in your business, marketing and sales automation, I highly stress to you to get a free technology breakthrough session with me. It's a 20-minute call where we get to know each other. I learn about your business goals and visions as far as what you're wanting to do to get your business automated as it pertains to marketing and sales. So grab that at organizingguru/15. I would love to chat with you. Now, what this is not is a working session. Like, I'm not going to be working on your automations. I'm not giving free advice, any of that. But it's really just a way for us to see, if I would be a good fit, you'd be a good fit for me, and if I can help you with your marketing and sales automation goals. So again, book that at organizingguru.com/15. I will be back next week for another Tech Chat. And again, thanks for joining me. You've just finished listening to another awesome episode of Tech Chat with Samantha. Be sure to share this with any business owners that you know who may be struggling with technology and automation. And be sure to visit us at organizingguru.com.